We're the Lockwoods, and we're traveling the world to experience up close and in person all the natural wonders and distinct cultures that our kids would otherwise be learning only through textbooks and TV. This morning, we left Delhi and trained southeast to Agra to visit another one of the 7 new wonders of the world. The Taj Mahal's 400-year backstory has earned it the reputation as the most romantic place in India. We had to see if it lives up to the hype. Let's get to it.
We're leaving our hotel to catch our train to Agra at 6:30 a.m. So they packed us pre-made breakfast. And we're really excited about this train ride, our first in India and only our second train ride total. We only did this once before in Europe, and you can check out that episode over here. Let's see what we got here. Some pastries. Ooh, I bet that's papaya. Would that be papaya or passion fruit? He's probably right. It does get good, but Brooklyn has requested to take my pastry. Some fruit and apple, banana, and we have a sandwich. A pretty well-balanced breakfast.
This is one of the largest train stations in Delhi, and we've got about an hour and 40-minute trip here. Once we get on, we're in platform 1 right now. We've got to get to platform 4. The train is straight from Delhi to Agra. No stops in between. The train is basically for that trip.
Look how beautiful the sunrise is over there. You can get a little glimpse of it. This is a local train. Ours is going to be here in about 15 minutes.
As you can see, we're traveling with our trusty slings and backpacks from Nomadic. These awesome bags are just one of the many things you'll find in the new Stuff We Love collection on our website. Nomadic solves the issues of other backpacks through their brilliant design, quality construction, and innovative features. Our family's been using them passionately on every trip since the day we got them last year.
Just head over to followabc.com/stuffwelove to see more things that'll help us travel comfortably and live a life of adventure.
I think our train's coming. E1 is our car.
Let's go!
Let's go!
If you've ever taken a train with luggage, you know what a hassle it can be to take that luggage along and try to find places for it. It's kind of limited. So what's really cool is on this trip, Inspirato hooked us up with these guides who are taking most of our luggage in a van separately. So they're gonna actually meet us in Agra. We get to take the train, they're taking our luggage. Erin managed to pull together hers and the kids, but I was like, I don't know, what about toiletries? What about the clothes I'm wearing? Dirty clothes, clean clothes for tomorrow. I was like, I'll just take my luggage. So now I've got to carry mine along for the entire day. They don't have to take theirs along. I think I'm gonna plan a little bit better on the next leg where we have to do this with them.
It's pretty convenient that we only have our carry-ons to take with us, but we're just gonna sit back, relax, and we're gonna be off pretty soon. I wasn't expecting this with such a short ride, but they came through with drinks and now a snack tray. So there's a little bread, some cake, crackers, and my favorite juice, mango juice. Just like that, we're in Agra. And our driver is here already, ready to greet us right when we step off of the train. So we're ready to go.
Have you seen people's technique with the suitcases? Instead of rolling it on their 4 wheels, they put it on their head. Just like with the button shell. Interesting.
Okay, go ahead. The original plan was for us to do a sunset viewing of the Taj Mahal tonight, but because the G20 political summit is in town this week, every schedule is thrown off. So the Taj Mahal is actually only open until 2 o'clock today, so we're gonna start by going to Taj Mahal after checking into our hotel.
Inspirato set us up at the Trident. We're only here for one night, so we are gonna unpack, relax a little bit before we head out and we go see the Taj Mahal. Actually, turns out our rooms aren't ready yet, so we're going straight to the Taj Mahal.
And it's just about 5 or 10 minutes away unless we hit some kind of traffic from G20.
We actually need to walk a little bit more than anticipated because the G20 summit has caused them to close some of the roads, and they had to park and let us out much further back than we anticipated. But golf cart to the rescue, making it a little easier.
These golf cart shuttles run back and forth constantly, but when things get busy, you can wait in line for quite a while. So, I mean, it's not a long distance, so just walking is always an option.
Just getting into the entrance and we have to separate. ladies on that side and gents go this way. So see you later.
The iconic tomb is the main draw of the complex, but you'd be doing yourself a huge disservice if you just breeze past the outer structures. They have just as much fascinating history, and they contribute to the absolute brilliance of the overall architecture. Right now I'm standing in the very center of the courtyards. If you look where my feet are, so I'm looking straight into the south gate, I'm looking straight out of the east gate, and look straight out of the west gate. And standing right here, I can see right into the Taj Mahal. As you can see, it's pretty crowded and kind of makes you wonder where all those photos of empty gardens with the tomb in the background come from. A lot of tourist attractions are best viewed first thing in the morning, but that won't help you here, since sunrise visits are one of the most popular times of the day. There are so many iconic sites around the world that are a bit of a letdown the first time you see them in person. Statues that look a lot smaller than in the pictures, cityscapes that underwhelm, or views that can be ruined by crowds, but this place is every bit as beautiful as you've heard, maybe even more beautiful. It actually looks bigger in person, and the way that the light reflects off the surfaces makes it look surreal, as if it was built no more than a decade ago. It looks absolutely flawless.
We're gonna go inside, but first we have to put these little booties on our shoes because you can't go in with your dirty bottoms of your shoes. Photos are not allowed inside, photos or video. So unfortunately, we can't take you inside with us.
The interior is octagonal and has doorways on all 8 sides. The interior height's over 80 feet, or about 25 meters, and each side has a balcony above. The surfaces are inlaid with semi-precious gems that form floral patterns on almost every face.
Wow, the beauty of it and the detail of all the work and little flowers and things like that surround the tomb. They all had to be done by hand, and back then they didn't have modern tools, and so it was finger pressure and a few special tools were used. It's just incredible the amount of work that had to be put in to making that. It's just as beautiful inside as it is outside, and that is where the queen's tomb is. And the king, his tomb is right next to her, but the queen is in the center, which I find very romantic that he made her the center of his world. They say there are 2 types of people in this world, the ones who have seen the Taj Mahal and the ones who haven't. And we made the first group! We've seen the Taj Mahal now. Love that we can check that off of our list of one of the 7 wonders of the world. We're not even done with the Taj Mahal yet. We're coming back in the morning at sunrise. We get to see it from a whole new different perspective, and we're gonna have some beautiful views and photos and videos to get for you. We're all pretty tired. We got up early, we had the train ride this morning, so we need a little rest. We're gonna head back to the hotel because we just heard that our rooms are ready now.
It's about 6:30 a.m. the next morning, and from what we've been told, this is the most beautiful time to see the mausoleum. So we're gonna work our way through the crowd to get our first glimpse.
I'm so glad that we're here at sunrise because it gives this softness to the Taj Mahal. It's so huge, so grand, and it was such a grand gesture, but the sunrise gives it this sort of peacefulness. Even though it's pretty crowded here, it feels peaceful.
The Taj Mahal is a classic example of Indo-Islamic architecture. The entire thing is symmetrical from all 4 sides with only 2 exceptions. I'll tell you what those are in a little bit. But it is made of white marble that was brought in from 350 kilometers away, and because that was 400 years ago, it wasn't brought in by truck, of course. It was brought in by elephants and camels and a lot of men. The center main dome is actually a double dome design. So there's the outer dome that we can see from here, and then there's another dome built inside of it that's about 9 meters away from the inner piece of the outer dome. The reason for that is for temperature regulation inside of the building. The 4 towers that are on the outside of the structure actually angle slightly outward and is barely perceptible. A lot of people think that the reason for that is so that when you look at it from a distance, perspective actually makes it look like they're straight up and down, but that's not the case. We're told that it is actually built that way so that in the case of an earthquake, they would fall away from the main structure instead of into it. The entire design was based on 3 principles we call the 3 Ps: proportion, perspective, perfection. Okay, so the only two things that are not perfectly symmetrical on the Taj Mahal. Number one, and this one's pretty basic, the calligraphy that's inlaid throughout the exterior of the building. It's passages from the Quran, so it's not going to be the same all around the building. And number two, the emperor's tomb itself. The queen was placed right in the center of the structure, and he was placed off to the side.
It's a very romantic story. Emperor Shah Jahan married who is known to be the most beautiful woman in India, and she was very beautiful. And he loved her very, very much. They had 14 children together, and unfortunately only 6 of them survived. But when she was giving birth to their 14th child, she died. And when she was on her deathbed, she asked him to promise her 2 things. One, that he would take care of their remaining 6 children for the rest of their lives. And 2, that he would construct something that showed the world how much they loved each other. I think he did a pretty good job. What do you think? It took them 22 years to make the Taj Mahal. They started in 1631 and finished in 1653. I did the math, it checks out.
There are about 43 acres of gardens around here, and it's set right on the Yamuna River. And on the other side of the river are more gardens, and there's a myth that the emperor was actually going to build a black Taj Mahal where he would be buried when he died. We've heard there's no truth to that whatsoever. At the beginning of the episode, I mentioned that this is another of the new 7 wonders of the world that we've visited. The other one so far would be the Roman Colosseum, episode here. And the other one is Chichen Itza's pyramid, episode here.
Which means we have 4 more to go. There's still so much more of the world that we want to see and that we're going to see. So come with us, follow our journey. We're going to see the world together.
We're the Lockwoods. Aaron, Phil, Reagan, Brooklyn, and Cole. We're traveling the world to experience, up close and in person, all the natural wonders and distinct cultures that our kids would otherwise be consuming only through textbooks and TV. We think it's a better way to learn, and we're working hard to fund this little experiment in the hope that our kids will grow up wiser, kinder, and more grateful for the beauty of our diverse planet and its people.